The Eye Mini Lite is a wake-up call for overpriced launch monitors. It's got slow motion impact replays, AI swing coaching, and their brand new GameDay software. The Eye Mini Lite has more tools than any launch monitor we've tested in this price range, but it does have some key limits. Today we'll review the unit in full, breaking down its features, flaws, and overall performance to help you decide if it's the right launch monitor for your setup. We're also going to compare it directly to Uneekor's more advanced Eye Mini model, so let's get into it. A quick heads up, our Golfible website has 2 free tools to help you find the launch monitor that best fits your needs. Use our filter tool to instantly find monitors with the exact features you want, like built-in display for example, and it'll show you which launch monitors have that feature. Click the compare button to compare up to 4 launch monitors side by side in our comparison tool, where you can see every feature at a glance. Both tools are linked in the description. Now back to the video. Let's start with the obvious question. How is the Eye Mini Lite different to the regular Eye Mini? Well, the simple answer is the Eye Mini Lite is strictly an indoor unit. There's no battery, there's no onboard screen, there's no iPad compatibility with the Uneekor iPad app. It must be plugged into a gaming PC at all times to work. Meanwhile, the regular Eye Mini gives you that wireless iPad access to their View app. It's got the built-in screen and it's got outdoor usability, but it's nearly double the price. So if you're looking for outdoor sessions or wireless freedom, this isn't the unit for you. But if you're building a serious indoor setup, you might be able to save a lot of money because the Eye Mini Lite is taking on the indoor-only launch monitor market, and that's a space that's long been dominated by expensive overhead units. You're getting this fixed simulator experience at a fraction of the price of systems like the Pro TV X or Uneekor's own ceiling-mounted models with similar features and accuracy to these overhead units. We spent most of our time using the Uneekor View software that comes with the Eye Mini Lite. Thankfully, no subscriptions are needed to use this driving range or to see data metrics. Now it is packed with data. It has those dispersion circles, the shot groupings, detail reports. Now you would expect to see those with most launch monitors at this stage. One of the standout features is the Club Optix slow motion video of the exact moment that your club strikes the ball. So you can see exactly where on the face you made contact from a clean side angle. You're going to see heel strikes, toe, and center strikes. It's all captured. So that kind of showed us why our ball was curving or why it came up short. It was helpful to see with no guesswork, and it helps us train more deliberately by linking the strike quality with our ball flight. And it does it instantly after every shot, so you could adjust, re-hit, and then learn on the spot from your mistakes. Right next to the impact replay, you'll see the club visualization graphic, which is another part of that View software that stood out for us. Instead of the raw numbers alone, you're going to get the visual club breakdown of your club path, your attack angle, your launch direction in a clean, color-coded overlay. It does make it easy to spot like recurring patterns, whether you're coming too far inside or swinging too steep. But there is one catch: you won't get face angle or face-to-path metrics with the Eye Mini Lite. Now those are crucial if you want to dig into why your shots are doing those unwanted things like slices or hooks. Other monitors like the Mevo Plus Pro package and Full Swing Kit include those, so keep that in mind if you're really into data as we show you Eye Mini Lite's list of metrics here. It's also not the prettiest interface. Honestly, we found it a bit busy. There are so many different screen options, but no way of customizing and combining screens that you like. It's just not as clean or modern looking as some others like the Full Swing Kit, but we feel like you probably will get used to it quickly. It's just not our favorite of what we've tested. Now let's talk about the more advanced tools built into the View software. So if you invest in the $1,500 Uneekor Swing Optix cameras, you can unlock full high-speed swing recordings from multiple angles. So we could see our wrist angles, our tempo issues, even weight shifts in slow motion. And better yet, we could compare swings side by side over time. And this makes View a very good tool for coaches too. Now you might be wondering if you can just use a cheaper generic camera and just get the same results. Well, yes and no. You can record swings with a generic camera, but your saved replays would drop to 60 frames per second and you will lose access to the AI swing trainer. Now, once Swing Optix is installed, you can activate this AI swing trainer, which gives you real-time feedback after every swing. It scores your motion out of 100 based on some key checkpoints. And it doesn't just highlight mistakes, it actually gives you some clear, actionable advice. Things like backswing too short, try moving your left shoulder under your chin. Now, we really like this feature. It bridges the gap between knowing something's off and actually knowing how to fix it. So even if you're not like a swing nerd, then the feedback is simple enough to follow, and that's why we think it's so effective. Now, Refine is Uneekor's first of 2 in-house simulator software packages, and honestly, the courses are just okay. They're better than Garmin R50's Home to Hero, but they're still well behind GSPro or Foresight's FSX Play in terms of realism or gameplay feel. And you only get 5 courses unless you upgrade to the Champion plan for $399 per year. And even then, that's just 20 courses in total. So if you're expecting a full library like GSPro, then this probably won't cut it. But here's what we did like about Refine. They have a short game complex, and this area did feel like real short game training. You can set up pitches and chip and wedge scenarios that feel much closer to course conditions than a flat range. And they have closest to the pin skill challenges, which work well for competition with friends, and a driving range that has a cleaner layout than View with less data clutter, and a course practice mode that lets you repeat specific shots like approaches. So even if you skip Refine's course play, there is still some value here in the practice tools. Now, before we move on, let's talk a little bit about GSPro. And Eye Mini Lite does have official support for GSPro. And if you want the best course visuals with the deepest community and the constant updates, then this is the gold standard. But just keep in mind, you'll need to pay a connector fee, which is Uneekor's $199 per year pro subscription to enable GSPro or any other third-party software. Uneekor have just released a new software called GameDay, and that's shaping up to be a direct competitor to GSPro. And in some ways, it's already doing things better. It's just out of beta and it's showing a lot of promise. The visuals are way sharper and the ball physics way more realistic than the older, refined software. And they're more on a par with GSPro. And one thing GameDay is doing better than GSPro is natural ball roll, especially around the greens. When we were looking at it, we loved how the ball behaved after landing from drives and irons. It didn't just stop dead like you see sometimes in GSPro. You see proper deceleration, rollout, and even bounces that feel real. Now, it's not perfect. The chip shots definitely roll out too far at the moment, and penalty areas are frustrating. There's no drop options, for example. And the course selection is still small. There's just 24 courses for now, but Pebble Beach is one of them, so we will allow it. And they've got online live tournaments and mini games like wedge challenges, so there is more than just full rounds. One thing to note, you will need dual monitors to use GameDay, one for the gameplay and one for the controls. But overall, GameDay feels smooth, it's modern, and it's good to see Uneekor stepping up as a true alternative to GSPro. We've tested this unit across dozens of sessions and the data was consistent. Carry distance, spin, launch, they're all lining up with our pros' known stats. Even the high spin drives were tracking within 100 RPMs on average of our pro golfers' known spin numbers. And chip shots, while they were definitely off in GameDay, were accurate on View and refined software. And we had maybe one misread in 40 shots. It's definitely not enough to worry us. And one limitation is that we can test real-world ball flight outdoors, but that is a trade-off with any indoor-only device. Right now, you can get the Eye Mini Lite for around $2,500, and the regular Eye Mini is $4,500 as the comparison. Now, while some of the features are gated behind subscriptions, you still get a seriously strong setup straight out of the box. You can get that virtual driving range, all the data metrics, the impact video, and the graphic overlay. Now, that's a lot of value without needing to spend a cent more. To unlock GSPro or Refine, you'll need to pay for Uneekor's Pro plan. And if you want that AI swing trainer, you need those Swing Optix cameras, which are $1,500. And that AI swing trainer can be bought separately for $99 per year. Or if you want to with everything else, it comes with the Champion package at $399 per year. GameDay can also be bought as a standalone for $199 per year if that's the only software you want, or it comes with the Ultimate package at $519 per year. Now, just a quick comparison, Bushnell have just released the Bushnell LPi, or the Launch Pro Indoor, which is clearly aimed as a direct competitor to the Eye Mini Lite. It's priced at $2,800, so it's a small bit pricier than the Eye Mini Lite, and it's indoor only, and it's also camera-based tech, and it also has no built-in screen. So the difference comes in their pricing. Bushnell include the first year of subscription for free, and that's going to let you play FSX Play, virtual courses, and their practice features. But after that, it's a steep $500 per year. And here's the key point. If you don't pay that subscription, you can't use any of Bushnell's software tools. So that's no virtual range, no sim, no data analysis. You can't play it outdoors. So it's essentially turning that unit useless. It's turning it into a brick. In contrast, Uneekor still gives you access to View software, the impact video, and key metrics, even without a subscription. So yes, you'll want to budget for the Eye Mini Lite's extras depending on your goals, but even without upgrades, the Eye Mini Lite stands on its own compared to anything else in its price range. So if you have $2,500 and you're looking to buy a launch model right now, should you get the Eye Mini Lite? Now, if you're focused on indoor practice and you want serious feedback with game improvement tools and you don't need the most advanced club data metrics, then it's the right call, I think. It's accurate, it has loads of game improvement features. That virtual core software GameDay has high potential, and it's cheaper than most competitors on the market. Yes, it has flaws like that indoor-only limitation or the lack of face angle or face-to-path metrics, but Uneekor have definitely built something powerful here for the price. And now that Bushnell's LPi has no outdoor capability and it's locked all of its features behind paywalls, the Eye Mini Lite looks like the better long-term value for indoor setups. We'll keep tracking how GameDay evolves, and if you want our full comparison to the regular Eye Mini, that video is coming next. Let us know in the comments what feature you would pay extra for, and if you're ready to dive deeper, check out our review article or our comparison tools linked below.